Got some stickers for the $5 live chats. Got the dump truck. Got the excavator. And we got the dozer. Anyways, for those of you that are just tuning in, I'm Brian VANDUYN, small business owner, entrepreneur, landlord, investor, whatever you want to call me. Jack of all trades, master of none. We decided we're going to sell the duplex, which most of you guys already know that, you guys keep up on our channel. We decided to sell the duplex, and we got a full price offer, $425,000. So we're pretty excited about that. Very excited about that. And we're gonna take that offer for $425,000, and we're gonna start shopping for a house with a shop, a garage, probably at least 3 acres or so. I'm dressed up, Chris, because I just got back from church a few, probably 30-40 minutes ago. It's kind of a weekly thing. Yeah, we're selling the duplex. We got a full price offer. We're taking it, and we're in the market for a house now. With the shop, there's got to be a shop. I mean, with the business. Yeah, it's Sunday here. Yeah, it's Sunday. Believe it or not, that holiday weekend kind of threw me off too. What's up, the Asian Maya Show? I've seen a few of your videos. You put out good content, man. I like your content. Yeah, so we're gonna find a place with the shop to run the business out of it. Man, the lighting is terrible right here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Ooh. I like that picture of me and my wife. She's beautiful. So, we're selling the duplex, our beloved home. We've lived here for 3 years. And, closing this door and opening another one, Well, so with flying colors, good question. I have a neighbor. Okay, so as I'm coming out my house, we got the well driller on the right side. We got the grumpy neighbor that, complained about us. And then we got this new neighbor over here. They built this house probably about 7 months ago, 8 months ago. They also built this shop. And I put in his infiltration trench, and I also leveled his back field partially. And he agreed to let me keep my stuff there. As you can see, there's part of the excavator right there, right next to Meridian. So we're getting some good advertisement, and we got a place to keep our stuff for, till we sell. Yep, that's the real estate sign right over there. So we got a place to keep our stuff. $200 a month, not bad. I mean, for all the stuff we got, I'm pretty happy about it, and he's been a good neighbor, and I've helped him out, and he's helped me out. So, just goes to show, when you help people out, they're normally willing to help you back out. Yeah, it's working out. And we're very happy. Finally got a full price offer for this place. We've only had it on the market 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now. Not even 3. It's probably like 2. And duplexes don't sell fast, typically. Duplexes do not typically sell fast. Typically, they're on the market for a few months before they sell. But the market over here is doing pretty hot. So, we're able to get an offer, and now we're looking. So I may take you guys on the road with us. I don't know if you guys want to see some real estate with us. I might pop in on a live stream at a house or something. Get your guys' opinions, what you think. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy. I was so excited. We've been living in this duplex for, oh man, 3 years now. 2-bedroom duplex with 2 kids. Well, Armo, we're basically what we're looking for is a 3-bedroom house that's in this area. We want this area. We really like this area. 3-bedroom house. It's got to have a shop or at least a 2-car garage. It's got to have a 2-car garage, 3-car garage, or something like that. And if it doesn't have a shop, I'm taking $30,000 to $40,000 out of my down payment because I have a $100,000 down payment. I'm taking 30 to 40 of that, and I'm building the shop. If it don't have a shop and it has the property and it fits us, I'm taking 30,000. I'm not moving into a place without a shop. That's just, there's no way I'm doing it because we've lived in 3 places so far. We had our apartment, we had our home in downtown Puyallup, and then we had this duplex. And, I'm just not gonna do it, Yeah, I gotta have a shop, man. I've outgrown this 1-car garage since my wife and I got married, I've had so much junk since we got married. I've been, it's just not right for me to be in a 1-car garage, when the business is doing so well, business is doing so well. We just started doing that, we started installing that fiber. I hired my cousin, so he's basically a full-time employee for the duration of this job we're doing in Hoodsport. And, I'm trying to hire a second ditch digger. And I haven't really put a post out there yet because I thought I had a guy that I knew, but he's having some, some health problems. So I want him to get, that squared away before he, tries to jump in and just start digging ditches, because I don't want to, I don't want to be doing CPR on the guy, if he's having some health issues. So we are currently looking for a ditch digger, basically somebody who's willing to, hold the shovel all day and, Yeah, Chris, exactly. A young guy. Yep. Jeez Louise, Chris, that's an amazing shop right there. 60 by 40. Man, I wish I could have something that tall. That'd be. Yeah, with flying colors, this duplex it really is kind of a one-of-a-kind duplex because there are not a whole lot of duplexes with this much land, and this is just a quiet, very quiet cul-de-sac. There's only 4 duplexes on this corner, and the street is long. It's kind of set back, it's very, very country feeling, but yet you're so close to the town that, it's awesome. Yeah. Prices over here are ridiculous. Like, I was looking at houses, and basically for what we're wanting, it's going to be anywhere from 400 to the sky, basically. I can't find anything, like, aside from living in, a manufactured home, nothing is lower than $400 unless it's a manufactured home. And, honestly, I'm not a big manufactured home, I'm not really into those manufactured homes because typically they go down in value. In the long term, they will go down in value, guaranteed. They're not something that holds their value. So I would like something that's stick built, for long term, and I honestly, this next move, I want it to be our last move. I don't want to move again. Yeah, Chris, and we may do that. We may totally do that, Chris. Renting until the market, just drops off. And I have a feeling, I honestly have a feeling. I got this weird, funky feeling like the market is gonna take a dive, soon. Like I got this feeling it's gonna, because things are so overinflated right now. It's just insane, and the workload seems to be, like dump trucking itself seems to be slower than it was last year. So I mean, granted, we've had more work this year because of the equipment that I purchased and the business bought. Um, so we stayed very busy, but the economy seems like it's slowing down. People are building less houses. Yeah, Armo. Basically, the this area is growing so fast because people are moving from California to this state because it's a liberal. It's more of a well. Let me rephrase that. The east side of Washington is very conservative. The west side of Washington is very liberal, progressive, and people from California can't afford the taxes, so they move to Seattle because it's the same type of environment. It's just a little bit cheaper, and people are moving from Seattle out to the suburbs because Seattle's so flippin' expensive. So that's why this market is so hot right now. Yeah, Chris, I feel like there's a bubble, but you know, at the same time, I feel like the business is doing so well, and we have established a good customer base. We've established, our roots really firmly here. In the year and a half, Van Dyne Dump Trucking is one of the fastest growing excavation companies in the Northwest. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, how many people buy, three machines in 1 year? It just doesn't happen, you know, and that's because I put my nose to the grindstone and I save like crazy, you know. Yeah, Wellner, they do kind of act like they know what's going to happen, but I mean, you can almost feel it though, like the economy's just kind of slowing down. Maybe it won't though. Maybe it'll just keep plowing upwards. You just uh, like, yeah, AutoZone. Yeah, been there, done that. Oh, so here's some news. Here's some news. The tilt deck. So I drove the dump truck and the pickup on the tilt deck home. Yesterday, I unloaded the pickup and drove the dump truck and the trailer over to my buddy Josh's house to pick up his excavator and bring it to Seattle. As soon as I rounded the corner, I seen this long scratch mark on the ground. I'm like, what the heck? So I pulled over immediately. As soon as I seen the scratch mark, I pulled over. I'm like, there's got to be a rock or something under there dragging or, something. And so on the tilt deck, I know you guys that watch my channel have probably seen it. There's a little cylinder, a dampener cylinder. Somehow the bottom pin fell out and the cylinder just went, just was dragging the whole way, basically, and it's toast now. So I'm gonna have to get a new dampener cylinder for the tilt deck. The top one is bolted, but the bottom one must have had a pin or something. Like, why would they put the pin one on the bottom? Why not on the top? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, I buy O'Reilly's oil all the time, like 5 gallon buckets. I mean, they stock my specific type of oil in the Graham Autos in the Graham O'Reillys because they know I'm gonna be in there. Yeah, yeah, Blake, I did. I just got back from church about 30 minutes ago. But so Blake, here's what I didn't tell you. So we got an offer for the duplex, full price offer. It's gonna be owner financing, so that means I'll basically be carrying the note. They're gonna pay $100,000 down, right? And then basically if they default on the loan, then I get the duplex back and I get to keep the money, you know. And then wow, work life. I never knew that happened. Rip to cylinder. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was old. This is an old. That trailer's an '81, so the cylinder's probably, you know, an '81 cylinder. But yes, Blake, that's the best part. Like, if they default, then I just made $100,000, like that, you know. So, I mean, they're not. I'm pretty sure they're not going to default. I mean, if you're coming to the table with $100,000, like, you better be serious, you know. Like, people don't just throw away $100,000. I mean, that's too much money to just be blowing just to blow it, you know. So they're pretty serious. And then also, I have the option to call the loan, say, hey, I want to be paid. I'm done holding the loan. So they got 3 months basically to get financing to do it. So they're trying to finance I'm going to be financing the loan for 5 years. I think it was like 5 to 7 or something like that. And then it's like 4.5 or 5% interest. So that's money that I'm going to be making and not a bank, which is sweet right there. That's what you want right there. You want to be making the interest, because that's money on top of, like, so let's just say 10% of 425,000 would be 42,500, right? So half of that, so 25. So basically, over the life of the loan, I'm gonna make 25 grand just because I'm willing to take the risk of having this, Chris, honestly, I don't know if it helps with credit or not. I don't really know anything about credit. Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I got rid of my credit cards. I chopped them up, and I got rid of my home equity loan, or not my home equity loan. It was my line of credit. I got rid of it, and the banker was just like, "What are you doing, getting rid of this?" And I'm like, "Well, if you have cash, then you don't need credit, And she's like, "Well, for emergency." I'm like, "Yeah, but if you have a savings account, then that will cover your emergency, you know." And what doesn't cover it, you should have insurance to cover. And so I just, she was really pissed off that I was closing my. I'm sure she lost a commission or something because of that. It seemed like. Blake, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna get a commercial property. I'm just gonna get something with no neighbors. Because there are several people that run businesses like mine out of their house. They just have no neighbors to complain. None of their neighbors complain. Obviously they're not running their business out of a duplex like I am, so obviously, I'm more set up to have complaints. Yeah, Blake, that would be funny as hell if I did. Hey, I'm gonna pay. I wanna take out a line of credit, but I want it to be only in Bitcoin. Yeah. You know what's super funny, Blake, is when I go to the bank, right? And if you want to take out any like large sum of money, like 5 grand or more, they want to know what you're spending it on, right? They're like, well, what we have to note down what you're spending it on. And I remember when I was taking out money to buy my excavator, and the teller was like, well, what are you buying with it? I'm like, well, actually, I'm actually funding Trump's wall. And the lady got a crack out of that. She thought that was pretty funny. So that's what she wrote down. Brian Van Dyke was funding Trump's wall. That was pretty funny. But yeah. So we finally got an offer on the duplex. We're selling it. We're looking for a place, 3 bedrooms, at least 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. We're not opposed to manufactured homes, but I would prefer not to. Armo, that's a great question. I haven't really read the contract enough to know if it's APR or just like a standard thing. Yeah, Blake. for cocaine. Yeah, no, that'd be funny. Um, yeah, I could have in Washington. I could have said, "Well, I'm starting a weed farm or something," because that's actually legal in Washington. But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm giving it to Bernie Sanders because I just want to give away all my money to help fund the poor people. Yeah. I'm not a big nerd about the interest rates or anything like that, Armo. You know, I just know if you're getting paid interest, that's a good thing. If you're paying interest, that's a bad thing. If you if you if you if you deposit more than 9,900, Blake, I thought it was you can take out more than 9,900 and then they have a fit. But honestly, with BECU, that's who I do most of my banking through, and I have an account with Edward Jones. Um, they've never said anything. I mean, they want to know what I'm spending the money on, obviously. Um, but when I've said I want to take out 15,000, I just typically what I do is I'll just take out 10 one day and then take out 5 the next or something. That way, it's just not like I don't want to be walking around with 15 grand anyways because somebody might pull a gun on me or something. I doubt that would happen, but you know you know what I mean. You just don't want to walk around with 15 grand, 15 G's in your pocket. You just look too happy. You got that stack of cash in your wallet and your pockets looking fat. Yeah. Yeah, there's probably a way, you probably can't you have to you have to show it's legal money exactly, Armo. But yeah, they like it more like you don't go to the bank and deposit the money. They like it more if it's coming from another bank being transferred or something. That's when they're less likely to look at it and be like, "Hey, what's up with this?" I don't really know anything about laundering money though, so yeah. Yep, that's a good idea, Blake. And the buyers of the duplex, they already wrote a $5,000 earnest money check, so they're serious. I mean, they already wrote a 5 grand check, so whew, it's pretty good. It's happening. I just, I never thought we would be moving out of this duplex. Like the first year when we moved in, we thought we were gonna keep this thing forever. In the second year, when we decided to do the business, we're like, oh man, how long is this gonna take before we can move out? And build our house. And you know, just living in this duplex, it's been a real sacrifice. 2 bedrooms, especially when all of our friends have like 2,000 to 3,000 square foot homes. I have this one buddy who, his house is probably like 4,000 square feet, and it's like, dude, man, like I'm over here living in a 1,200 square foot duplex. Like, I have a tenant. I have a neighbor that lives right across the other wall from me. It's just like it was a serious, commitment, and I'm so glad we did it though. This duplex has really paid off for us. No, we're gonna stay here, Blake, until we purchase a house, and that's got to be in the deal. They're gonna have to let us rent for however long it takes for us to buy a house, and that could be 4 months, could be 1 month, depending on the lenders. Once the lenders see that I have $100,000 to put on a down payment, they're gonna be like, oh, here, we'll give you some money. Guaranteed they're gonna be trying to give me money. As soon as I have 100K, that's the way they work. When you have money, they always want to give you more, because they want to make that interest money, and so super exciting. Yeah. We're going to live here until we find a place. That way we don't feel rushed, because the last time when we were selling our house in downtown Puyallup, so this is an interesting story. You guys are going to like this. When we were in our house in downtown Puyallup and we decided, you know what, let's sell this thing. It's too small. It was only a 2-bedroom, and it was 700 square feet. 700 square feet for that whole house. You know, it did have a detached 1-car garage, and the garage is probably about the same size as this. We, our real estate agent was like, oh, you guys should really move out. It'd be easier to sell, if you move out. And I had a camper trailer, and I'm like, okay, we can do this. We can move into the camper, until we buy something. Worst decision ever. I mean, that was so hard on the marriage. And it really was a crazy situation, a crazy sacrifice that my wife and I did, because we moved out of our home into a camper with a baby, a dog, and a turtle. I mean, the turtle was living in the sink. I mean, for 6 months. And, man, it was just, at a point there, we thought we were never going to get a house because the market was so hot. Like, as soon as somebody put a house on the market, boom, it was already sold. Like, literally that quick. The same day, people were getting 4 to 5 offers on a house. Like, houses were going like that 3 years ago. They were so hot. It was just unreal. Everybody was selling. Everybody was buying, and, so we sold the house. We literally accepted an offer, it's like 2 days after we listed it or something, or 1 day after. I can't even remember. It was 3 years ago, but I think it was like the same day or something. We listed it, or it was within a week. I know that much. It was within a week. We listed it. It was already sold. And then we were trying to find something, and the guy that owned this, he was not budging on the price at all. And we almost couldn't get a loan for the full price, $300,000, And then, they factored in the money that we were going to get from the rent, and then we were able to get the loan to buy the duplex. But I mean, it was kind of scary at first, like $2,000 a month mortgage payment. I mean, that's very stressful, and you can't count on somebody always being in the other side, because finding a good tenant, it's better to not have a tenant than have a bad tenant. You know what I mean? And so you don't want to just move anybody in to your $300,000 investment, because then your $300,000 investment becomes a $0 investment, over the course of, a few days. So we lived in the camper for 6 months outside of my grandpa's house, and I was working, as a tanker driver back then. And we finally got this house, which we weren't sure we were going to get it, honestly. We were looking and looking, and everything we found, was just getting sold immediately. And people were like a full price offer. If you put in a full price offer, you weren't getting the house. You had to up it like 10 to 20 grand. I mean, just to get the house, because it was literally a bidding war on every single house. So I'm just glad we got an offer on the table. It's a legit offer. They already put $5,000 down, so it's legit. We're selling the duplex. We're gonna be moving. I'm gonna take you guys along on some of the houses we go and visit. Hopefully we get to see some cool ones. Oh, Blake, one thing I will be doing, if I don't get a commercial property, the first thing I'm going to be doing, guaranteed, the first thing we're going to be doing, we're building a fence or a wall or something around the perimeter of the property. That way nobody's freaking getting nosy and looking at my stuff and, saying, hey, well, you can't do that there. If you build a wall, 10-foot wall, they ain't seeing what you're doing, they can't complain, So that's the type of thing. What I like to do is build like an ecology block wall all the way around, and then put, some poison ivy or something. Or not poison ivy, but you know what I'm talking about, the ivy stuff, to kind of cover the wall so it just looks like vegetation. But that's what we're going to do. Thanks, Chris. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're building it. We're building a wall, dude. There's definitely gonna be, a block wall around the perimeter, and there's going to be a gate. You know, nobody's coming in unless they got the gate code or they got the button, you know, to press the gate. We're definitely putting in one of those. And then, let's see, what's our next goal after that? Basically, to just, you know, stay steady. I don't really want to grow much more right now, like as in buying more equipment. What I'd like to do is get more steady. You know, I want to work through a full winter, you know, and I want to start hiring people to do the work so I can be more of a, like a deal maker, you know. I want to be, you know, like, what is it called? I want to be finding the jobs, basically. Yeah, basically, I want to be the pimp. Yeah. A newer dump truck would be nice, Chris. It very well would be very nice. But in all honesty, like I was talking to this one guy, and you know, he asked me, he's like, if you buy another dump truck, are you gonna drive the new dump truck or are you gonna drive the old one? And I was thinking about, I'm like, man, I don't really think I could ever put a driver in my truck. Like, because that's my truck. I mean, like, that's 001, that's orange peel. Like, that's what started everything. Like, I don't think I could ever put somebody in that truck, you know? Like, they would probably be put in the other truck, you know? And 30 years from now, 40 years from now, when I own this big corporation or whatever, that truck's going to be the centerpiece of the museum, you know? Like, that's what I see, you know? It's going to be the centerpiece of this museum. Like, VANDUYN dump trucking built this industry, you know, from the ground up, and this is the first dump truck he ever started with, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Maybe not though. I mean, it seems like a lot of guys that start their own trucking business, they always keep their first truck, you know, because it's just so special. Like, there's a connection. Like, that truck never let me down. You know, my first year, my second year, it's never really let me down. You know, it's always, it just, it freaking just keeps on hammering, you know? It just doesn't give up. It's an oldie but a goodie, you know? Yeah. It's an oldie but a goodie. And it's, I mean, like, I just watched one of my old videos when I got fired. Sometimes I go back and I watch those old videos, and I just like to reflect, like, where we came from. Like, if any of you guys, like, were around at the beginning, like Chris, I know you were around at the beginning because I remember seeing you commenting on some of the videos. Like, dude, this truck has come so far. Like, I remember that first video when I started it up and I rolled it forward, the intro, and there was just this cloud of smoke that was like almost covering the whole screen, and sounded so wicked, you know. And now the truck is, you know, like, I never would have dreamed this would have happened, you know. Here I am, you know, with over $100,000 worth of equipment, you know, in a year and a half. Yeah, well, I didn't give my 2 weeks. What I did was, it was April, and I said June 30th is when I want to start my own business, and then a week after that they fired me. Yeah, it's just amazing though. Like, the little man can make it in America still to this day. The little man can, like, the underdog can make it. You just got to put your head down, you know, and just push, you know. And I've proven that. Like, I've proven that to everybody. Like, I'm living in a duplex and I started a major excavation company, you know. Yeah, it was kind of dirty, you know. I I always like to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, you know, they knew I was gonna make it, and they were just giving me the kick in the butt to get going. You know, like I still talk to them every once in a while. I was just curious, you know, how much they would rent a space for me to store my equipment and stuff. It's like $250 a unit, you know, $250 like for the dump truck, 250 for the trailer. And I'm like, dude, that's like $1,000 a month. He's like, yeah, I know, but I gotta take care of me, you know, and you gotta take care of you. And I'm like, yeah, well, I can take care of me better, you know, because I ain't gonna spend $1,000 a month. Yeah, Blake, that's the way I like to think of it. They were just giving me the nudge I needed. But that's probably not what they were doing, but that's the way I want to think of it. I want to be the positive one to think, you know, oh man, he's gonna make it. He's a saver. He's been working on his dump truck every single day after work. Like I've seen his pictures. You know, his truck's really coming along. You know what? He needs the push to just go and do it. And right now is the perfect time for him to start because business is just picking up. And if he starts in June, it might be too late in the season for him to really get out there, you know. And let me tell you what, man, I'm so glad I started in May because May was literally the best month to start a dump truck business for me. If I would have started in April, I wouldn't have worked and I wouldn't have had any money. May was the perfect month because I had enough saved. I had $10,000 saved, you know. And, you know, the thing that really set me moving forward was the fact that that first customer I worked for, he paid me like 3 days in a row. He paid me at the end of the day, basically. And that gave me, you know, what was it like $4,000 more or whatever. And that was enough to pay for my fuel for that whole first month. And I just killed it, man. I totally hit the ground peeling rubber, you know. And you guys seen those videos, you know, you seen me, you know. It's just insane to look back, you know. It's just insane. We're selling the duplex. Beautiful duplex. Blake, that's funny. Yeah. You know, and that's funny you say that, Blake, because so when I did that, so when I posted online, somehow they heard about the GoFundMe thing, and Aaron was like, "Hey, man, if you need money, I got loads to haul. I got loads to haul." And I was like, "Dude, no thanks. I don't need your money, homie. I'm good." You know, I'm not hopping back in one of those big rigs trucks, you know, because there's a ball and chain, you know, with a lock that you can't pick, you know. As soon as you hop into one of those trucks, you're a slave to the name, you know. And I'm not going to eat, breathe, sleep big rigs anymore. I'm going to eat, breathe, sleep VANDUYN dump trucking, you know. And that's what I'm looking for in an employee. Like if somebody comes up to me and they want a job from me, if they're willing to eat, breathe, sleep, crap, VANDUYN dump trucking, then that's the person that I want to hire. You know, if they want this business to go somewhere because they're in it, that's the type of person I want. You know, and if they don't have that type of passion, then they're not getting hired here. There's just no way. I don't have time for people that just want to be a leech. You know, I'm not hiring no leeches. I'm hiring team members, people that want to push forward. You know, and get stuff done. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna be posting a job posting here pretty soon, like probably tomorrow or something, or today if I get the time. I just gotta work up the nerve to do it. Like, I just don't want to be flooded with applications, you know, people that I don't even know, you know. I kind of want to give the opportunity to the people I know first. Well, and that's the thing, though, Chris. So I really can't afford to hire somebody at this time. I can't afford to hire somebody that has all the knowledge. What I want to hire is the person that has potential and that wants to make that potential solidify. Like, I want a person that wants to learn and wants to work. If they want to learn and they want to work, those are the two most important things, because, you know, I feel like, they will see the opportunity that they can have at this company. Like, we're a small company, but we are the fastest growing, excavation company in this side of the state. And I feel like, if they see that, they know we're going places. And if they work their tail off, then they can be a lead foreman in the future, and they could be making 50, 60 bucks an hour, Obviously, I can't pay somebody that right now, but if they bring that to the table and they work hard enough and they're productive enough, they can make that much money. That's the type of guy I am. I'm going to award productiveness. If somebody's slacking off, they're not going to get the bonuses. They're not going to get the incentives, But somebody that is working and they're showing, dude, I will notice that stuff, because that's who I am. I notice when people go the extra mile. And that's what I do. What's up, Outdoor Works? Do not use Indeed. No, probably just, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I was thinking of just doing a Facebook ad or something. Yeah, and I'm not going to pay a minimum wage starting, That's not what I'm going to do, But honestly, I've had a veteran owner operator who's owned a big company. He told me, people can talk all they want. They can talk your ear off on how good they are and how amazing they are and this and that and this and that. And just say, hey man, I don't want to hear you talk. I just want to see it. And that's exactly what I want. I'm going to do a working interview. And if you show me you can work your tail off and you do it, then we're going places. If you just talk my ear off, and you don't show me nothing, dude, you're not gonna go anywhere in my business. There's just no way. You gotta show. You gotta walk the walk. Yeah, Blake. See, that'd be a good place to look. Because they're trying to learn. And the other thing about that is, Blake, is you want to get them when they're young and fresh, because if they've already worked for somebody, they've already been taught somebody else's ways. They're already set in their habits, and we're going to foster a different type of environment in my company, What? Blake, $500? Holy flip. Yeah, no. I'm not paying any money to do. No, that is not happening. No. Like, that's a freaking ripoff. There's no way. Yeah, I would have fought that too, dude. That's $500? No. No thanks. Nope. I'll pay $50 and run it out on Facebook, and I'll probably get more potential workers. Thanks, Outdoor Works. I'm just trying to help everybody out. I feel like I put out good content, to help. I pretty much tell people what I would have wanted to know getting into it. Exactly, Blake. Yeah, I can't believe they tried to charge you $500. That's freaking ripoff. Hell no. I would have said, okay, you better lawyer up, because there's no way in heck I'm paying that money. Yeah, I mean, there's no way. $500? No way. Like, I can advertise on Google for, $50 for a whole month, not one ad on Indeed for $500. That's they got something wrong up here. Either that or, they're just, you know what it is? Some of those companies, they think they can take advantage of, like, the small business owner, like you and me, Blake. Like, they just want to, I don't know. They think because they're so massive, they can charge what they want to charge and get away with it, but that ain't happening. Some people, they push some people over, they push some people over. You just got to stick to your guns and say, nope, that's ridiculous. I'm not paying that. Crazy guys. Whew. Can't believe we're selling the duplex. Like, this has been our home. This is a truck driver job, not a CEO job. That's freaking funny. Gustavo Guzman, yep, we do that. Dude, Blake, that's freaking ridiculous. Like, they just like, dude, that's exactly like, okay, so check this out, Blake. Check this out. So, the county requires us to get an inspection on our septic system because it's a pressure system every 3 years, right? So I called a whole bunch of places, and everybody was saying, oh, yep, $200. That's basically what it's going to cost for us to come out and inspect your thing and then report it to the county. And that's including the filing fee or whatever with the county. And I said, okay, so I called this local company up, and I said, hey, I want to schedule one. $200. I said, okay, no biggie. After they come and do it, I get a bill for $530. And it's like, whoa. Pump the brakes here. What happened to the $200? My bill just tripled. Like, not happening. And they're like, well, they had to dig up the caps and this and that. And I'm like, no. No, you should have told me about that before. I could have dug up the caps myself. They're 2 inches under the dirt. That's not gonna... I'm not paying $60 per cap, and it's literally takes you 5 minutes to dig them up. Oh yeah, okay, we can work with you on that. And then guess what? How much they charge my card for? $530. I wrote them a nice review on Google. Yeah, I don't know much. Is CO like a place? I'm guessing that's initials for like a state or something. Side dumps versus dump trucks. Well, like, I have a Solo, so a side dump would make way more than my Solo. But it's kind of a niche market for Solos or side dumps because, it's a semi, and it can only fit into certain places. Yeah, Blake, I mean, that's freaking ridiculous. I mean, the caps are literally like 2 inches in the ground, And I knew where they were. I could have done that myself. It was just ridiculous. I was like, yeah, I didn't go back and call him up and say, hey, what's this $530? I thought we talked about this, I'm not going to fight over that much money. I mean, it's not that much. But, come on, if you're going to say it's $200, it's $200. It's not $600. That's freaking ridiculous. So, people are crazy. And that's what those businesses go out of business, because they don't get repeat customers. They do not get repeat service. See, it just doesn't happen. Anyways, guys, I've been on here for about an hour. I just wanted to give you guys the good news. We're selling the duplex. We got a full price offer, and we're selling this beauty. This is such a beautiful duplex. I mean, it really is. We got our junk everywhere. Don't look at the table. It's full of crap. Alright, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to pound that like button. Pound that subscribe button. Always share our videos on Facebook and social medias. And we love you guys. And I'll catch you on the next one.